Once upon a time, there were humans who walked the earth who talked with the trees. And the trees have stories to tell. Welcome to Spirit Stories, Conversations with the Unseen. I'm Dr. Jen Bessire, Christian medium and healer. I talk with the spirit world to share their stories of Jesus, eternity, and the laws that govern all things. When you're feeling lost in life, there are two questions to ask. Or if you just want to understand life, there are two questions to ask. Who am I? And why am I here? Today's story addresses primarily the question, who am I, through a conversation with a ginkgo tree. The tree shares its wisdom about being a seed, dealing with resistance, agency, and prospering. Did you know that ginkgo trees had male and female species? The one that I've come to talk with today is a female. It's Tuesday at 8 p.m. I'm sitting under a huge ginkgo tree. I have had all day to do just this one thing, and I have finally made it to the park, just in time for it to start getting dark. Female trees are almost impossible to get at a nursery because they produce nuts. There are many cultures that eat the nuts. However, apparently when the nuts fall off the tree and they start to rot, they give off a horrible smell. It smells like vomit. Ugh. Thankfully, here in the Midwest, by the time they start to smell, the weather is cold and things freeze, so we are saved from the smell. Another really amazing thing about ginkgo trees is that it has been around since before the dinosaurs. It is called a living fossil. The oldest ginkgo is 3,500 years old. Can you imagine the stories that tree would have to tell? Maybe I need to find it and go visit it. So I sit under the tree, I'm leaning against it. My laptop is all ready for me to record the story. I start with a prayer to Heavenly Father, and then I say a separate little prayer directed at the tree. The tree begins. Trees and bees and flowers indeed, we are all your friends. Please come and spend more time with us. There are not many like you on the earth these days. We miss them and yearn for their return. Will they return? Do you know? Alas, I suppose you don't. No matter. I am happy that someone is seeking my wisdom. What would you like to know, dear one? I think for a minute. Well, I didn't actually come with a question. It's something that the Lord has guided me to do, and I have developed this skill and this gift along the way. The Lord has actually been telling me to go talk with the trees and to gather your stories and share them with the children of men who are lost, to help them understand who they are and to find Jesus, and that so they can prosper in their living. The ginkgo tree replies, "Oh, yes, I hadn't realized they were so lost. Time isn't really time for me, not in the manner it is for you. Isn't that curious? That we can exist in this same space, but not in the same time? What a beautiful thing. The Creator is so wise. Okay, I will start at the beginning, for the beginning is the perfect place to start when you are lost." The tree continues, "You are a seed. All seeds need a place to grow, to be planted. God made this earth so you could be planted here. Like all good gardeners, He has provided you with everything you could possibly need to grow. There is one important distinction between a human seed and all others, however. Human seeds have agency. You get to choose. You can actually choose whether or not you will grow. It's quite odd to me that any being would choose something other than growth, but I was not made to be this way, so I do not understand. In the process of growth, you encounter resistance. Again, I don't understand why this is a problem for many, but it is. Resistance is necessary for growth. There can be no growth without resistance. When you encounter resistance, simply take note and adjust, or allow yourself to be buffeted by it. Notice the trees and the plants in the storm and winds. There is no resistance that we offer to winds and the breeze. I think about a past conversation I had with a liriodendron that didn't feel the breeze. And I say to the ginkgo, well, that's because you don't actually feel those things. Isn't that correct? Ah, yes, well, that is a good point, she replies. I am more aware of it than having an experience of feeling of humans do. But we digress. Resistance is necessary for growth. You are above the plants and the trees. You were created to progress. We were created to support you in your progression at this point in time. Everything that is on this earth was made for your good. With love. Oh, with so much love you could not even comprehend it. Your Father and others have so much love for you. It is expansive and never-ending. It brings such joy to the soul. I know because I have seen this joy. It is brilliantly colored and beautiful to behold. It is more beautiful than any symphony on your earth. But I digress again. I know that our time this evening is short. I apologize. Let me continue. If you look around, you will see all that you need to know. What I mean is, all nature tells you how to live. Just watch what we do, observe our patterns, and follow suit. Do not live out of harmony with nature. She is the queen. She is truly wise. She has learned through eons of being how to prosper. First, notice how many seeds she gives off. Notice how many fruits surround you as you sit against my trunk. I interject. Generally, yes, I most definitely agree. But I think about a human female. She has a limited number of eggs, and only one is released per month, generally, and only for a short number of years of her lifetime. Yes, this is true, says the ginkgo. Her seeds are far fewer than the male counterpart. And yet, how many does she release during a lifetime that are not needed or not used? The principle remains, produce more seeds than you expect to come to fruition. Not all seeds are meant to grow, you know. Certainly, all are fully capable of becoming a new tree, but almost none do. That is not important. What is important is to produce. Growth is a process of continually producing. Okay, I think I have talked enough about that part for now. Please return tomorrow, and I will tell you more. I loved this conversation, and I love this idea of producing and putting out seeds, and the analogy to the garden. If you have ever grown a garden, you know that things will grow abundantly, given the right soil and the right things that they need. Think about all the seeds that you get in one watermelon or one tomato or on one strawberry. There are always way more seeds than that vegetable or that plant ever needs for the next round. That's a good thing for us to remember, to produce without being so attached to what we're producing and to the effects of what we produce. It's more important to produce our seeds, to scatter our seeds, to throw them out there. If you're feeling lost and having some questions about who you are and why you're here, I hope you have gotten some nuggets of wisdom from the ginkgo tree. I think that feeling lost can actually be a good thing when it leads us to search for answers. One of my favorite promises in the scriptures that I think about all the time because I like to ask a lot of questions is Matthew chapter 7, verse 7, which says, "Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened unto you." We are promised that as we seek and ask, we will find. We are here to learn and to grow. I don't know what your timeline will be. I don't know what you're experiencing, but I promise that you will find, and that as you seek and consider that you have been planted here for a reason, that where you are right now, your current experiences, they all serve a purpose for you. I hope you can find meaning and joy in that. Stick around for the next episode where I will share the second part of my conversation with the ginkgo. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you at the next one.